everyone.
Blite Nation.
Ian, Vito, and Liz coming back at you.
So we're finally about to start it.
Finally got to it.
Yes.
So this whole part one of the Swami Sarvapriyananda, Who Am I? This part one is a little over an hour and 20 minutes. So the way we're gonna do this is
This part one's going to be broken up into a few parts.
Exactly. So we got these, as you know, we got the wheel, guys. So this has been on the wheel for some time. The reason why we're not spinning it is because there's no songs left on this. It's just like hour long.
I know you see written stuff, words.
Yeah, I know you. There's the cannabis. I just haven't erased it yet. We already did it. But there's the rest of this is pretty much just like interviews and shit.
Yeah.
So like that's why, and they're long ones. So we got to break these things up because realistically speaking, no one likes watching a 2-hour YouTube video. And we've learned that the hard way.
Not in one sitting.
Not in one sitting, at least. So, with this being an hour and 27 minutes, our reaction to part one will be in probably like 3 parts. No, 4. We're doing it like half-hour increments. That way, it just doesn't seem like it carries on and on. And like when we did Sound Guru on the live stream,
Yeah.
that was a little rough. And we understood that was a little rough. But
that's why we didn't do it on live again.
Yes, that's why we're not going to do it on the live. But let's get into this. I don't know what this is about.
Yeah, I'm curious.
So let's just see what we got.
The primary objective of all our activities remains self-awakening and social awakening. So if you are also interested to be the part of our team, then you can contact us on the given contact number. Upanishads. They are the core text of Vedanta, which means sitting near, implying sitting near a teacher to get knowledge. There are 108 Upanishads and Mandukya Upanishad is one of them. The theme of Mandukya Upanishad is an exposition of mystic syllable Om with a view of training the mind in meditation for the purpose of achieving freedom gradually, so that individual soul is attuned to ultimate reality. Who am I? Am I physical character, emotional character, intellectual character, or something very deeper? Where have I come from? Where am I going? These are all the questions that open doors to spiritual discovery. We often get so much caught up in
Lights.
material life
Lights,
that
lights,
we begin
lights.
to identify with our possessions, our jobs, our roles in relationships. We unconsciously think, I'm a job, I'm good because I have a good house, I'm spouse, etc. etc. But what happens when we lose these things? We lose our imagined identity. And we know
Her accent's really thick, so it's just hard to understand her.
Yeah.
Very, very hard.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing this is about like what are humans? Are we like physical beings? Are we spiritual?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm picking up. So like I'm not making fun of. She has a really thick
No,
accent.
it's hard to understand.
Yeah, that's why it's hard to. She just has a really thick accent. But good question. Physical being, spiritual being, like
We're both.
yeah, I would say a little bit of both. I mean, I'd say physically we're here
Clearly.
because it's
I hope
like
so. I would hope think
Do
You
you
can-
want me to approve it that you're here?
see Liz trying to square up, y'all. Hey, peace.
But if you believe you're in soul, then you believe
Ah,
you're spiritual.
true.
So our spiritual and physical.
Liz over here trying to fight, y'all. Get it, like tone it down, Liz. Over
I
here.
just want you to make sure you think you're not drinking.
Fair enough.
I'm being friend.
I'm just helping you.
Hey.
Like,
Sometimes you just need a friend to beat the shit out of you.
hey, facts, right?
Mhm.
Facts.
no longer know who we really are. So let us embark on this journey of revealing our true identity according to Mandukya Upanishad.
Switch off.
So now I request Swamiji, Swami Sarvapriyananda Ji Maharaj, to come forward and enlighten us with the thoughts on our original identity.
Okay. Good evening, and
Much easier to understand. Not gonna lie. I'm not trying to be hateful. I'm not.
Feeling you gonna
I'm not. Listen, guys. You know me. I'm gonna say something. Admit when it's a fucked up thought. I'm sorry. I'm gonna because I'm. Listen. No disrespect to the young woman who was introducing it, but I was deep down thinking. I'm like, if she's gonna be the talker the whole time, this is gonna be a long fucking video.
She was the introduction.
Okay, so that's all I'm saying. I can feel your judgment, Liz.
Not me.
I can,
Everybody else.
like, I can feel. I was thinking. I'm just sorry. I'm sorry, y'all.
It's alright. I mean, yeah, we're not making fun of
When I
ourselves
was
like that.
younger, bro,
You're just being honest.
if
Okay?
y'all had known me
We
when I was like,
appreciate it.
but before the age of like 18, I was such a shy person.
Mhm.
I was afraid to say certain shit. After I graduated high school, I was fuck it.
Look at you.
Yeah, I just said fuck it. Like,
Look at me now.
I'm back again,
oh, this is gonna be.
this time with a very different subject. The subject today is this most ancient of questions, who am I? And we will investigate this subject, this question, in the light of the Upanishads this evening and tomorrow again at the same time. So this is the question we will be looking at. Vedanta is basically the teachings of the Upanishads. Vedanta Nama Upanishad Pramanam. The definition of Vedanta is the philosophy based on the teachings of the Upanishads is Vedanta. I think most of you are familiar to some extent with Vedanta and the Upanishads. The Upanishads present the highest philosophical teachings of the Vedas. They are among the most ancient texts known to mankind. There is a long list of Upanishads. In fact, in one of the Upanishads called Muktika Upanishad, we find a list of 108 Upanishads. But among all of these Upanishads, there are some 10 or 11 major, within quotes, major Upanishads. Major, why major? Because Adi Shankaracharya, some 1200 or 1300 years ago, chose these Upanishads to write his commentaries, Bhashyam, on these Upanishads. And these Upanishads basically have become the central texts of Vedanta. So the Vedanta movement you see all over the world, these Upanishads have become the source texts. Shankaracharya interpreted these Upanishads in a non-dualistic fashion, so his teaching is called Advaita Vedanta. That is the context in which we will be discussing all this today. Among all the Upanishads, especially among these major Upanishads, there is one Upanishad which is regarded, which is the smallest of all the Upanishads and also regarded as the toughest, and that is called the Mandukya Upanishad. There is a saying that Mumukshunam Vimuktaye Mandukyam Ekameva Alam. For the liberation of those who want spiritual enlightenment, Mumukshu, those who want mukti, for them, the Mandukya Upanishad alone is sufficient. So if you read this Upanishad and you are lucky enough to understand what it means and realize what it means as a living reality in your own life, you are free. You don't need anything else. So for liberation, the Mandukya itself is sufficient for those who want liberation, for those who want moksha or spiritual enlightenment. It is the smallest Upanishad. The only 12 mantras are there in this Upanishad. It is found in the Atharva Veda. You all know that there are 4 Vedas, Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda and Atharva Veda. In the Atharva Veda you find this Upanishad. Among other Upanishads you find this Mandukya Upanishad. Only 12 mantras. So it's like a small chili which is very hot. Sometimes it's, in Bengali they say Dhani Lanka. A small chili which is very hot. In this Mandukya Upanishad, the most important mantra, the central mantra, central text is what you have in your hands now, the handout. The 7th mantra. The 7th mantra of the Mandukya Upanishad. This is in fact the core mantra of the entire Upanishad, of these 12 mantras. And this gives a direct answer, the highest possible answer that you can find in our scriptures, in Vedanta. And I have not found any more sophisticated, more profound answer in any of the literatures of the world religions or philosophies which I have come across at least. At least I have not found myself, nor has anybody reported anything more profound than this. So when I was given an opportunity to talk to you, I decided, what the heck, let me go for the toughest text. Let's see what happens. We'll take it up as a challenge. Normally we don't use this in a general gathering. It's usually reserved for those who have studied Vedanta for a long time, and only then you take up this one. But pay attention, and I think we'll all derive a great deal of benefit from today's lecture and tomorrow's also. Tomorrow I'll go further, a little deeper into this text. The Mandukya Upanishad was commented upon by Gaudapada Acharya. Gaudapada Acharya is the guru of Shankaracharya's guru. So Gaudapada Acharya's disciple was Govindapada, and Govindapada's disciple was Shankaracharya, Adi Shankaracharya. So in Uttarakhand, in the Himalayas, they say Guru or Dada Guru, grandfather, like that.
Names be wild.
No.
Like,
Grand Guru. So Shankara's Guru's Guru was Gaudapada Acharya, and he wrote verses on the Mandukya Upanishad. These verses are called Mandukya Karika. So nowadays when you look at the Mandukya Upanishad, you usually find them in a book called Mandukya Karika. It includes the Mandukya Upanishad plus Gaudapada Acharya's commentary on the Mandukya Upanishad in the form of verses called Karika, plus Shankaracharya's commentary in prose, in Sanskrit prose, on the original Upanishad as well as the Karikas of Gaudapada Acharya. So this is the book, Mandukya Karika. It has 4 chapters. The first chapter incorporates the Mandukya Upanishad, the original text, as well as certain commentaries given by Gaudapada Acharya. And this mantra is found in the first chapter, in the Upanishad itself. It's the 7th mantra. We will come back to this at the end of the talk. When I learned communication long way back before.
as he did, you look so confused.
He's going back to that in the end of the talk. And I wanted to know now. I'm not, I wanted to know now.
I joined the order. My communication teacher told me, you should start all talks with a story. So I'll start this talk with a story. About 10 years ago, in the Himalayas, in the high Himalayas in Gangotri, I was staying there for about a month, just like a traditional monk. No ashrama, no school, college, Ramakrishna Mission, nothing. Just staying in a log cabin, begging for my food in the Anna Kshetra, and meditating and studying. And staying in the log cabin means not like this. There's no electricity, no furniture, nothing. Just rajai, kambal. On the ground there is a blanket, and 2 or 3 blankets you can put on yourself. And it's so dark in there at this time because you cannot go out. It's very cold and dark outside. Nowadays they have electricity, but nowadays they even have mobile phones. They have put up a tower nearby, so you can signal there. I saw that happening, by the way. Anyhow, at that time it was so dark. At this time in the cabin it would be so dark that if I wave my hands before my eyes, and I could not make out whether my eyes are open or closed. You cannot see anything. Only sometimes you can see sparks jumping out of your woolen clothes in static electricity from the kambal to your sweater. But anyway, so that was the situation. One day after Bhiksha, I was taking a walk with some of the monks there with whom I had made friends. And this monk, he told me a story. So you can see the setting in the Himalayan through the forest tracks. Deodar trees are there, pine trees also. And you go through that, you're taking a walk around 4:30 or 5. Dinner is at 4 o'clock. So, because afterwards it's too dark afterwards. And this monk told me a story. The story goes like this. Raja Janak Raja, one day he was asleep, very peacefully sleeping, and suddenly the sentry came running and said, I'll use mixture of Hindi and English, but I'll translate into English also, because the story was told to me in Hindi. Maharaj ji, uthiye, get up, what happened? The enemy has attacked, we must fight a war. So Janak Raja immediately got up, summoned his generals and his soldiers, and he went off to battle, put on his armor and sword and everything, took his sword and everything and went off to battle. And there was a fierce battle in which Janak Raja was defeated. He was wounded, he was captured by the enemy, dragged before the enemy king, and the enemy king said, Tumhara rajya ab hamara rajya hai. I have captured your kingdom. Now I will not kill you because you are a king, I will exile you. You get out of this kingdom, it's mine now. What could poor Janak Raja do? He was tired and exhausted and bleeding and depressed. Somehow he started walking, and people in what was his own capital earlier, they refused to give him water or food because they were afraid. They said, the new king is very cruel. If they know we have helped you, he will punish us. After walking for 2 days, he came to the border of his kingdom. Then he crossed the border to the next kingdom, and he found food was being served to poor people, beggars. So there was a long line, and I think they were serving rice or khichdi or something, and a big handa was there. So he joined that line, and as he advanced in the queue, when he came up to the place where it was being served, at that time it was finished, no more food. And he could not take it anymore, he was feeling terribly depressed and tired and exhausted and in pain. And that person who was giving food, he said, just this starch which is lying at the bottom of the handa, that is there, I'll give it to you if you want it. He said, okay, give me that. And he gave him a bowl, filled that starch in there, and gave it to him. Before he could lift it, trembling to his lips, a kite, cheel, was circling up there. It dived and hit that bowl, knocked it out of his hands, and that bowl went rolling in the dust, and whatever was there was spilled in the dust, and Janak Raja could not take it anymore. He was so overcome with misery and sadness, he fell down on the ground. Ha ha kar karte hue, as he said. The sadhu, ha ha kar karte hue. Ha ha kar in Sanskrit, ha kar, Hindi ha kar, not English ha ha. So it means just the opposite.
Yeah.
And when he was crying, alas, suddenly he heard a voice, Maharaj ji, kya hua? What happened? Sir? And he woke up, his chest pounding, covered in sweat, sitting on the bed. And the sentry has come, Maharaj, you shouted. What happened? So it was a dream. The whole thing was a dream, a nightmare. Nothing has happened. But because Janak Raja was very, he had a very analytical mind. So he looked up and he said, Wo sach ya ye sach? Is that true or is this true? Is that dream true or is this waking world, is it true? Wo sach ya ye sach? Sentry was taken aback. What is this? He called the minister. Sir, what is wrong? Wo sach ya ye sach? They called the queen. The queen thought, this old man, what has happened to you? His wife came, what happened to you? Wo sach ya ye sach? There's only one thing he's saying. Wo sach ya ye sach? Nobody could understand this. Next day in the morning, in the marketplace, it's already problems. People are talking in hush-hush. And Ashtavakra Muni, the great Jnani, he's walking, he has come to the city, and he heard, this is what is happening. Now he was a Jnani, so he knew what has happened. He decided, I will go and visit Janak Raja. And he went to the court, and he asked Janak Raja, kaise hain? Maharaj ji, how are you? And Raja said, wo sach hai, ye sach. That's what he's doing all day, sitting in the court, surrounded by the queen and the ministers and the army and the generals and everything. And I'm sort of imagining, this is not part of the story, but I'm imagining, the officers coming with files, please sign, wo sach ya ye sach. No work is getting done. When he said this to Ashtavakra Muni, same thing, wo sach hai, ye sach. Now Ashtavakra Muni knows what he is referring to. So he said, Janak Raja, when you were rolling in the dust, bleeding, tired, defeated, depressed, crying on that ground, what he is referring to only Janak Raja knows and he knows. Nobody else understands what is this defeat and all this. At that time, was all this there? Your power, your wealth, your queen, your generals, your minister, all these things were there or not? Janak Raja said, no, none of this was there. Only defeat and depression and sadness and misery. And now you are sitting here in the court, surrounded by your courtiers and all this power and wealth. That defeat, that depression, those wounds, that terrible situation, is it here? The king said, no, it's not here. Na, yahan to nahi hai wo. Then Ashtavakra Muni said, to Raja, na ye sach, na wo sach. Neither this is true, nor that is true. This was not there in that terrible dream. And today you are in this situation, you are calling it a dream, that is not here. Then Janak Raja was shocked. The next question which would come to all of us, he's saying, to kuch bhi sach nahi, is it nothing true then? Then the Muni said, jab wo aap wahan par the, on that battlefield, on that place where you were rolling in the dust, defeated, crying, were you there or not? Tab wahan aap the ya nahi? Did you see that or not? Yes, I was there. I saw that. That may be false, but I have experienced it. It may be false. I woke up and I say it is false, but I have experienced it. Or idhar up, where you are now sitting in the court, idhar bhi aap hai ki nahi? Are you sitting here and experiencing this or not? He says, yes, I am experiencing it. To Raja, na ye sach, na wo sach, but tum hi sach. Neither that is true, nor this is true, but you the witness of both situations. You alone are the truth. This is a story. The rest of the lecture, we are going to struggle with this concept and try.
So is it like dreams versus reality?
Yes.
Yeah. You know, before I would question myself. I would question like, but sometimes I would have dreams that are so realistic,
Mm.
and I'm like, what about if that's my actual life? What about
This
if
is what we're
this is my
dreaming.
dream? This is what I'm dreaming. You know, like I went so deep in that I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I'm gonna drive myself
I saw a
crazy.
thing one time that what if life is a dream and death wakes you up?
Ooh,
Wow.
And I was like, oh
ooh.
shit.
So that means when
Like,
you
what if this is all
die,
just a simulation?
yeah,
And when you die, then you actually wake up.
You find out you spend like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
yep,
Experienced 100 and something years, and it was 5 minutes.
It's crazy, isn't it?
yeah, and then the people that you loved and all that, it wasn't real, but you felt the
felt it.
connection. You felt the connection with the person, the people that you love.
Like a religion one that I saw is like there's no like, you know how they say you got the heaven and hell,
Mhm.
but like what if this is just like it was something like there's no like what if there's no hell, just what you do here is a test to see what happens to you when you die.
Mm. I've heard that before.
Because it's like looking at like God and Lucifer. Like they say, Lucifer is the evil one.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
if you read in like the religious stories, Lucifer was once an angel.
Yep. He was God's
So
right-hand man.
was Lucifer sent to hell because he was being punished, or was Lucifer sent to hell because he's the only one who could deal with fucked up people?
Interesting concept.
Yeah.
Or my thing is, how do you know God didn't create the devil just to scare you into doing good? Because you got to have an incentive. You got to have a behavior system somehow. If there's no punishment, no one's. It's like for kids. You got to incentivize kids to do something.
Yeah.
They're not going to just do. Kids aren't just going to do something if they. I shouldn't just say kids. Most people aren't going to do something if you ask them to do it, they're going to say, well, what's in it for me? They want an incentive.
Unfortunately, yeah.
So, like, when you tell people, oh, if you die, if you did this sin or whatever, you're going to go to hell. So, like, what if it's just to, like, scare you? Because that goes to, like, you know how they say being gay is a sin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, okay, if being gay is a sin, you can't tell me lying is a sin. Everyone fucking lies.
Mhm.
So you're gonna tell me that the liars, if they say they're sorry for lying, they can go to heaven, but you can't forgive somebody for being gay. They got to go to hell.
Yeah.
To me, you can't have it both ways.
There should be forgiveness everywhere.
There should be forgiveness everywhere. You can't keep one person down here because they can't control who they are. But as long as someone says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I lied about this," like even priests lie. So as a priest, just because they're a priest, are they automatically going to heaven?
No.
No.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
No.
That's why, like, to me, you can't tell me being gay is a sin when you got, like, priests for years who were touching kids and they made up excuses for that.
You think they're going to be up there?
That's what I'm saying. Oh, they just need help. No, there's a difference between being a consenting gay male and a priest who molests children.
Yeah.
There's a big fucking difference.
Yep.
Huge difference.
Try to understand what is the meaning of this story. The meaning of this story and the meaning of this mantra are exactly the same, but we will see. We'll try to understand it. At least intellectually, let's get a grasp on what they are saying. Whether you will be convinced or not, that comes later. But understanding comes first. What he is saying is, I, who am I? The ego. You can put it this way. It's a jumbo duster. Okay. You can call it the knower also. Knower. Is it visible or it's too small? Too small. Okay, I'll write a little large. Now you have the waker. Janak Raja, when he was awake, you all of us, we are the waker now. We are in the waking state, hopefully. Some may be drifting off. And this waker, what does he or she, what does he experience? The world, the waking world. I'm just giving this name. The Sanskrit name would be Jagrat Prapancha. So the Sanskrit term is Prapancha. In Hindi also we say Prapanch, ye sab Prapanch hai. The term comes from Pancha. Pancha means 5. The idea was there are 5 elements out of which the world is constructed. Prapancha Prakrishtena Pancha. By the elaboration or mixture of these 5, the entire universe.
Crazy how that means wood, but it looks nothing like wood.
World authorities.
World.
Oh,
Waking.
Oh,
Waking
world. Oh, I thought he said
The wake-
would.
There is a
OUL,
waking
like,
world.
would do that?
World.
Okay, world. Never mind. Jeez.
Universe is
Jeez, yeah. I don't know any fucking language.
constructed. Anyhow, the general idea is Prapancha. So the waker sees this waking world. And when Janak Raja was dreaming, or when we dream, he was the dreamer.
Okay, yeah.
And he sees a dream world. And there is another state which we all go through, where we are neither awake nor dreaming, absolutely in deep sleep. No dreams are there. Even modern science accepts it. Neuroscience also says that's dreamless sleep. One is REM sleep, you could talk about rapid eye movement sleep, another one is dreamless sleep. So this dreamless sleep, we can call it the sleeper, not the railway sleeper, there's a sleeper, the one who is in deep sleep. And we cannot say a sleep world, we can say a sleep world would be sleep blankness. What do we experience in deep sleep? Nothing, just blankness. Even I am sleeping, that kind of a
So
thought.
if you're not dreaming, what's going on? You just out?
You're blank. You're just in.
I thought you always dreamed, you just don't always dream.
No, just depending on what state you're in.
Don't you? You say that you don't dream.
Sometimes I rarely have dreams.
Rarely. I dream all the time.
I dreamed more when I was younger. I don't really dream a lot now.
That means you get to deep sleep more often.
Like,
Also, that means because I'm a light sleeper.
Yeah, you don't really.
yeah, yeah. Do you wake up easy? Like, do storms wake you up?
Anything wakes me up.
Oh, see, now I be sleeping through hurricanes.
No,
and
see,
shit.
I get to I go into deep
Shit,
sleep.
you gotta check on Vito when he's sleeping. Yeah. There was one time I was like, oh damn, Vito not waking.
I tell them that if somebody comes in and try to rob us and stuff, I'm the one that's gonna be awake with the freaking gun in my hand.
I can see you
He's
waking.
gonna be still sleeping.
I can see like Vito.
I swear he's gonna be
That's
still
me.
sleeping.
No, yeah, I can't. It to me it depends. I know I slept real good when I wake up in this little puddle next to your mouth.
Oh,
Drool.
what if some other
No, not peeing, not wet in the bed. Little puddle. You know, you drool. That's when you know you slept good. When you drool.
Oh shit.
Thought also is there. No thought at all. So we can call it a sleep blankness.
Interesting.
Sleep of nothingness.
What this Upanishad tells you is that you are not the waker, you are not the dreamer, you are not the sleeper. What you are, the real you, is the fourth state, which is called Turiyam or Turiya. Now don't be scared about this term. Turiya simply means number 4. That's all. Turiya means 4. Chaturtham. The mantra here does not use the word Turiyam. That word was introduced later by Gaudapada Acharya in his commentaries. But the word mantra uses the word, if you will notice, Chaturtham, 4th. And Turiyam. This is all that the mantra is trying to tell you. All that Ashtavakra Muni was trying to tell Janak Raja. That what you saw, the defeated Janak Raja, in the world where he was defeated, he was expelled from his kingdom, he was suffering in the neighborhood kingdom and lying on the ground, and all the circumstances of that world, the dream world, and he who was dreaming there, both are not real. But there is a fourth one who was watching that. Right now, you are the waker, I am the waker. This is not our real nature, but there is a fourth one who is watching this waker and the waking state, illumining both. And similarly in dream state. This is the basic idea. I will explain it with the help of an example. What is the reality? The reality or the real you, answer to this question is, who am I? According to this mantra is, you are this Turiya, the fourth. It's like roll number 1, roll number 2, roll number 3 and roll number 4. The Upanishad begins with this statement, Soyam Atma Chatushpat. Who am I? You have 4 aspects. You have 4 aspects. The Upanishad begins in the first mantra. The 4 aspects are these 4. Among these 4 aspects, 3 are false, 1 alone is real.
Okay.
3 are false, 1 alone is real. Now the interesting thing is, the Upanishad says this is real, this is who you are, the answer to the question, who am I? But we are not aware of anything like this. If you talk about the waker and the waking world, we are aware of that. This is what we know, what we are right now experiencing. You are the waker, Mr. or Mrs. so-and-so or Miss so-and-so or Swami so-and-so experiencing this classroom. This is the waker experiencing a waking world. This is what this is. And when tonight I'll go and sleep and dream, I have certain experiences, I will be in that dream also. Then I am the dreamer, I am experiencing a dream world. And when I go into deep sleep, blankness, nothing, absolute blankness. There you can call it the sleeper and experiencing a sleep blankness. Remember, the sleeper, for example, in the sleep world, there is no external world, no physical body, no mind, nothing, just blankness. That is from a subjective point of view. Be careful. This is your own experience. This is not an objective experience. For example, I remember once one Swami was talking about it, and he's saying in the deep sleep, which is called the Sushupti. In deep sleep, there is no experience of the world. There is no body, no mind, only a blankness. Then somebody in the audience asked, what do you mean there is no body and mind? In the mosquito net, under that we can see the fellow is sleeping. 80 or 90 kilos, nicely snoring. How come there is no body, you are saying? From objectively from your point of view, but you look at it from the person's point of view, who is asking this question, who am I? From his own experience, your own experience, in the deep sleep, daily we experience this. That no experience of world, no experience of body, no experience of mind also. Even the thought, I am sleeping, that's not there. If you say I am sleeping, then you are not sleeping. And it's not deep sleep. So that state we all experience. And apart from it, they talk about a turiya or turiyam, whichever.
Where is it?
What?
Can you move that?
Oh.
I think this sounds too loud for them. Put it right here.
The fourth, how ought we to
There
understand
we
this?
go.
These three we can understand, but this one is not very clear. What is this one? Let's look at it this way. Suppose we have an ornament made, say, a bracelet or a bangle and necklace and a ring. Somebody tells you, these are all golden ornaments. Somebody tells you, these are just names and forms. The reality is the gold. The reality is the gold. It's a golden bangle, golden necklace or golden ring, but the reality is not the bangle, necklace or ring. The real substance is gold. And there's an interesting story about this. One Sethji, whose business was not going well, he went to take some loan, girvi rakhna. So he took his Ganesh and put it in the pawn shop. And he said, you give me some loan.
You're not really caring about the ring, you're caring about the gold.
Exactly.
Yeah. We all have something in common, and it's the gold.
It's the,
Yeah.
damn. I'll say we'll stop. Give it 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
We'll stop at 30 minutes. Yeah.
Loan. And the jeweler, he weighed it.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, Ganesh ji ka kya rate doge? This is the rate. This is the rate at which I will purchase the Ganesh statue, or I'll give so much money for that. And Ganesh's Vahan is there, the mouse, the chuha. And the jeweler also weighed that and gave the same rate. Sethji was furious. क्या करते हैं आप? गणेश जी का जो rate, चूहा का भी वही rate? How is it possible? Then the jeweler said, अरे साहब, आपके लिए तो गणेश और चूहा है, हमारे लिए तो सोना ही है. I see it as gold. So I am weighing the gold and giving you the rate of that. So the gold is the reality, the substance. Now if somebody tells you, a person who does not understand what gold is, tells that person that it's not a bangle, necklace and ring are just the names and the forms and the functions, Bangle is something you put here and it's called a bangle. Necklace is something you put here, it's called a necklace. Ring is something you put in your fingers, it's called a ring. But the substance, the reality of all of them is gold only. Now, suppose a person does not understand what gold is. His idea will be that there is some reality called gold apart from all of this. If he throws away all of this and starts searching for gold, will he find it? No. He will not find it. There is no gold apart from these. But if he thinks this is gold, what will happen? The moment somebody comes and melts the bangle down and makes a necklace out of it, he thinks the bangle itself is the gold. When that goes away and is melted down, what will he think? Gold is gone. Gold is gone. He does not understand the new form which has come, necklace, is the same gold. It's the same gold in another new form with a new name and a new function.
Form. Yeah.
When that necklace is also melted and put into a ring, it is the same gold with a new name, with a new form and a new function.
Yep.
But the physical reality is the same. Similarly, the idea here is,
Damn, okay.
It's just like with us. You have a different color skin.
Yeah.
I have a different color skin. He also has it, but three of us,
That's
we're
true.
humans.
That's true.
We have
We all got
the
blood. We all
skeleton.
got the same organs.
Yeah, so it's the same example as that. They're different.
I mean, hey, yeah,
but they all have something in common.
All have something in common.
Yeah. Am I right? Oh.
Oh, that's. I mean, that's too much for people to understand. You know, people like we're not there yet, Liz. We're not there yet. You know, there's something according to society. There's something different about all of us based on skin color.
Well,
That's how society sees it, though.
There's only one side of society saying that.
Yep.
True. Good
Yeah.
point, Vito. Good point.
Yeah.
Good point. But I see what you're saying, Liz.
Yeah.
We may all have different skin colors.
Well, we have different cultures, but we all
got the same. We all got blood.
Yep.
We all got same organs. We all think. We all move.
We're all humans.
Well, some of us think.
Like,
we're humans.
Yeah, we're humans.
Yeah.
Some humans choose not to think.
That's true. Good point, Vito.
The waker and the dreamer and the sleeper. The reality is that you are the witness of all three states. And you are in and through these states. The idea is that there is no fourth separate reality called Turiya. It is the same reality which is now being called a waker in the waking state.
Because we do all three.
Same reality, same consciousness which will be called a dreamer in the dream state. It is the same reality which will be called the sleeper in the sleep state. What is the difference between these states? Here we are in a physical body with the sense organs, we are interacting with a physical world, and this is the waking state. So waking state, there is a great preponderance of the physical body and interaction with the physical world through the sense organs with the indriyas. So here the term they use is bahishchitta, extroverted consciousness, consciousness which is flowing out into the world. The dream world, they are very commonsensical, the Vedantins. They know the dream world is simply constituted out of our experiences in the waking state. So when I go to sleep, whatever I have experienced in the waking state throughout my life, those elements are taken together, made into a khichdi and comes out as a dream. So there is a dream world which is constructed out of the mind. The physical body is not active there. It's only when we wake up we realize the physical body was sleeping. But I went to Delhi and I did so many things there and came back, and when I woke up I was in IIT Kanpur.
Damn!
It's because when you're dreaming it's only your mind.
It's only your mind, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
But physically I did not go to Delhi. That body was lying there under the mosquito net in the hostel house, wherever. So the dream world is entirely made of the mind.
Yep, that makes sense.
So there they say that the term they use is antah pragyam, where consciousness is directed inwards, working only in the mind, not externally in the world.
That makes sense. Yep.
And the sleeper, deep sleep, no experience is there except that blankness. When we wake up, we say that I did not know anything. I slept like a log of wood. No external consciousness, no dreaming also, very peaceful sleep I had. That's what we say when we wake up from deep sleep.
That's probably explains like the deep sleep. Probably explains like sometimes when you've slept so deep you wake up, you got to take a minute to figure out where you are.
Yep.
So that makes.
So the deep sleep is a state of absolute blankness, and the term they use in Vedanta is pragyana ghana. All these terms will come. Pragyana ghana means a mass of consciousness. Mass in the sense there is nothing for consciousness to illumine. There is nothing for consciousness to illumine. It just remains in blankness. All the external world, the dreams, everything is pushed into a mass which is not expressed, which is not experienced there. In a potential state it is there. Why do you say it's in a potential state? Because the next moment when you wake up, everything is back again. Here is the IIT campus and your responsibilities are the same body and the same people all around. So everything is back again into your life. So it's in a sort of potential state, in a dream state. So all of these, according to the Mandukya Upanishad, they are not the reality. The reality is the consciousness in all of them. What they are saying is this: just like gold is apart from all of them and yet in and through all of them. How is it apart from all of them? When bangle goes and it is made into a necklace. So necklace is not a bangle. Necklace is not a bangle.
It has to be made
Bangle
into
is not
it.
a necklace, but both are gold only. Similarly,
Damn.
the necklace is transformed into a ring. The ring is not a necklace. Necklace is not a ring, but both are gold only. So gold is apart from bangle in the sense that when bangle goes and is made into a necklace, gold survives. When necklace goes and is made into a ring, gold survives. So gold is there in all of them. They are apart from each other. Similarly, the waker is apart from the dreamer is apart from the waker, but there is something continuing in both of them. That is the turium, the fourth one. Similarly, the dreamer is apart from the sleeper is apart from the dreamer, but you own up, all of us, we own up. It was my dream and it is my deep sleep and it is my waking. Who is that one who is saying it is my waking, my deep sleep, my dream? That one is the consciousness which is apart from the waking self, apart from the dreamer self, apart from the sleeper self, and yet in and through all of them. So that this turium, the reality, is right now here. It is here now. But it is not exactly the Mr. or Mrs. so and so. What is added to the turium are the circumstances of the waker. It goes like this. Just like gold, you have consciousness.
Jesus. Okay, bro.
Let's leave it right there.
Yeah,
Oh, I
he's
started thinking we were going over.
yeah. Damn, he's going in. Okay,
Wow.
okay. I just thought sleep was like but okay.
No, apparently not.
All right.
When you
Think about it like that.
when
Yeah,
you
he's
dream
right.
about something, like, okay, this is a funny one actually. It's a short one too. And he experienced my dream. I was dreaming about that we were somewhere else and we had a spider as a pet.
What the hell?
I
That's
don't
weird.
do not like spiders. Okay, and then we had a cat, which is weird.
Yeah, that's
We were
that's
more,
like that's an interesting combo.
So I guess the spider, the cat came in and got into the tank where the spider was in.
Yeah.
I guess the spider, he took it out, brought it into the bed, brought the spider into the bed, and then the spider was on my hand. And I'm like, get it off me, get it off me, get it off me. And I was dreaming about it,
Yeah.
and he heard me say it.
Yep.
He heard me say it.
You heard
I
Theo
was
get it off me?
I was saying it,
She had the
get it off
spider on
me.
her in her dream.
And then I was saying it
That's crazy.
because that's how scared I am that it was coming into the reality.
That's crazy, yeah.
Me saying it.
That's wild.
And I woke up saying it too.
That's
She woke up looking for the damn spider.
that's the one. No,
That's how scared I am from spiders that I woke up
that's
saying it.
crazy.
And he was a witness of it. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's
we wouldn't have cats either.
Man, that's crazy.
Put you a present.
Oh, Liz, take a picture of that so we know where we're at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That way we know.
3.
Smile.
There you go. Well, guys, this is our part 1 of our reaction.
Part 1 of part 1.
Yeah, part 1 of part 1. But guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this. We clearly have a lot more to get into with it.
Oh yeah.
I was
But,
going through one of the sleep states in there. That's for sure.
Yeah, so but guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this. Like, comment, subscribe, blow us up. Y'all know what to do.
Thanks for stopping us. Twice the time. Hit the notification bell, give it a share because it does help the channel out.
Please and thank you.
See you guys in the next one.
Peace.
Later, y'all.